When you are on the go, you need your credit union to be right there with you. Hughes Federal Credit Union makes your life easier. For 65 years, Hughes has called Southern Arizona home and has given back to our community. Isn't that who you want as your financial partner?
Welcome to Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. I'm Star Sports editor Ryan Finley here with Greg Hansen. GH, it's glib to say this, but since Arizona lost to Xavier in the Sweet 16 in the NCAA tournament, Sean Miller has gone on a winning streak that is almost unprecedented, even by his lofty standards here at Arizona.
You know, when Lute Olson was a coach here, when the season ended, he would go to Acapulco or somewhere and kick back. Right. Sean Miller just doesn't do that. No. He's gone out and kicked some butts.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it starts with, you go on down the line. They got a commit from Emmanuel Acott earlier. Yeah. He was great. They go out, they lose Joe Pasternak to UC Santa Barbara, but they hire Lorenzo Romar in what has to be the story of the offseason. Then they get a commitment from Sharif O'Neal, who's the son of Shaquille O'Neal, for 2018. I mean, what else is going to happen?
The only other good thing that could happen now would be if Raleigh Alkins said he was coming back.
Yes. Raleigh Alkins could say he's coming back. That'd be good. Chance Comanche, Chance Comanche is testing the NBA waters, as is Raleigh Alkins. With Comanche, I think he's one of those guys you'd rather have him back because I think he could develop. But if you lose him, it's not going to kill your season, right?
Here's my little editorial comment on Chance Comanche. If the smartest thing he could do, if he doesn't come back here, redshirt, transfer to Gonzaga, played 2 years at Gonzaga, and he'd be a first-round draft pick.
Wow.
Who's going to be smart enough to tell him to do that?
Nobody. Nobody. To do what Nigel Williams-Goss did at Washington.
Sit out a year.
Right.
Play for Mark Few. You're in the NBA.
Well, and he looks like, body type-wise, he looks a lot like the kinds of good players who they have. I mean, reminds me a little bit of Collins in his body type. But anyway, you go to this. I mean, what's the one more thing Sean Miller could do would be to get rid of the stripes on the uniforms, and then he'd have the best offseason ever.
Yeah. And he's just getting started. Yeah. All the evaluation periods begin now.
Right. And
he's building the classes of 18 and 19, and he is on a mission, isn't he?
He is. He is. You know, one thing, and let's talk about Lorenzo Romar for a minute. He's going to make $400,000 a year, which is less than I thought he would make. He's still the highest paid assistant coach in the history of the Pac-12 conference. But he's somebody who brings, I think, a very unique skill set and could be a real difference maker.
Yeah, I don't think they need to tweak much.
Okay.
When you have that pack line defense, you can't change much.
Right.
That's the heart and soul of Sean Miller's operation.
Right.
Pack line defense.
Right.
So they're not going to get out and run.
Right.
And they've had in the top 20 offensive effectiveness in the country for 5 years in a row, doing what they do.
Right.
They just need something.
Well, how about this? If Lorenzo Romar becomes nothing more than the Alonzo Trier whisperer for 1 year. Alonzo Trier's been going to this guy's camp since he was this big. If he just becomes sort of his corner man for 1 year, and Alonzo Trier develops into a Pac-12 Player of the Year, potential first-round draft pick, and the best player on a team that's ranked in the top 5 in the country, isn't Lorenzo Romar worth every penny of the $400,000?
Oh, sure, sure. You know, Alonzo Trier only needed to make one more shot this year.
And if he makes that shot, he is a hero forever.
And do you think Lorenzo Romar would be here?
No.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. But you think Alonzo Trier would be here?
Yeah, that's the thing.
But that's it. And you look at it, Alonzo Trier has the tools to be a very good college player. I wonder if he is tall enough. I wonder if his measurable
wingspan.
Right, wingspan. You wonder about those sorts of things. But if Lorenzo Romar can come in and help just polish him up a little into, where he is a Pac-12 Player of the Year candidate, he is worth every penny. And that's not even talking about what Lorenzo Romar brings in recruiting. Yeah. It's not what he brings in terms of sort of mentorship to other players and coaches. He is as balanced and as sort of, interested in life outside of basketball as anybody out, I think, in the Pac-12. That doesn't count all these other things. If he is simply just Alonzo Trier's guy, and Alonzo Trier improves, what a great hire.
I think right now Alonzo Trier clearly is not among the top 25 players in U of A basketball history.
Okay.
It's a tough list to break into.
Of course.
But he could get into that list next year, and not just 25 or 24.
No.
And if Romar and Trier work together and Miller allows it to happen, if suddenly Alonzo Trier is the 16th best player in U of A basketball history, they're probably in the Final Four.
Absolutely. And if he is, keep in mind, if he is with the team all year, last year, and not facing that PED suspension, and that's a different show. If he's with the team all year, or if he hits that jump shot at the end of the Arizona Xavier game, we are looking at him and at this team much differently now than we are.
You know, can you think of any occasion in the Pac-12 where a coach like Lorenzo Romar, former marquee head coach, came in and was an assistant and helped the team anywhere?
Nope.
Dennis Erickson.
Oh, man, that is a great call.
He goes to Utah.
It's a great call.
And Utah becomes really good. They didn't get over the hump, though.
No. They make him offensive coordinator and things get kind of funky and right. But you're right. Somebody who is now Lorenzo Romar and Dennis Erickson on the big list of personalities. One is over here and one is over here. But you're right. I mean, I think of Homer Smith helping Dick Tomey out at Arizona. Those kinds of marriages can absolutely work, provided the assistant gets into it for the right reasons. And I think Lorenzo Romar, from everything we know about him, is getting into this for absolutely the right reason.
It's probably a one-year thing.
Yeah.
But Arizona's the right place at the right time for this to happen, and Sean Miller's on his winning streak, and they haven't even started the season.
Right. And if Arizona makes the Final Four, Lorenzo Romar is the story you're going to see on CBS on Sunday morning.
Can you imagine next year in December, November, and January, all these guys from ESPN, CBS are going to come to Tucson?
Yeah. It's cold in Bristol. They want to come out here to do something, and you're not going to write about the same 4 things you always write about. So Lorenzo Romar becomes the story.
Yeah. We're going to be tired of it, but the nation will find out about it.
Absolutely. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. Greg, do you feel old? Shaquille O'Neal's son. His son is going to play college basketball fairly soon.
I remember when Shaq played at McHale and Arizona played at Shaq. And that was 25 years ago.
What's so crazy about this, by the way, he's 6 inches shorter than his dad. He's like 6'8".
He doesn't need to go to the weight room very much.
No, he's a strong guy. I'm Ryan Finley. We will see you next time.